Hello fellow traders, this is Paul Lemmel. Got a stock that we had posted here in June, looking for a potential follow through out of the right hand side of the handle, but it needed a little bit more consolidation, partly probably because of the big gain off the cup floor, about a 1.75, actually 2 BMI from here, about a 1.75 BMI from this low right here. So it had some selling pressure come in, but it had an excellent pullback from that pivot in the handle, and so we're going to take another bite at the apple. I think we're going to get a pretty good trade out of this, but I'll break down the cycles on this when we come back. But first, before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. It really helps us reach more traders like you and keeps you updated on our latest trading tips. Also, we're looking for talent, maybe someone who's not locked into their own way of trading and is open to exploring a new outside-the-box form of cycle-based trading, which we use to swing trade equities and day trade indexes, SPY, QQQ, and futures. If you have any interest in that, DM me through our social media or email me at paul@bitcoinatradingclub.com and I'll give you more information. Okay, and looking at the market rating, it's holding up. It's been consistently A+ for weeks, and just broke the new high so far, looking pretty good. Dow Jones 30 right there, so we'll keep an eye on it, but right now A+. So again, if you want to know how to figure out the market rating based on our system, you go to bitcoinatradingclub.club/market-rating. Okay, looking at BROS here. Again, the cycles on this very powerful. This is one of the key cycles for IPOs. So this came off an IPO back in late 2021. And you can see went through a lot of chop in the meantime. And then you got the key IPO cycles. There's two of them. TM7 cycle just gapped up out of that and basically came back, retested several months later. And then the second IPO cycle is the TY-2 cycle, and that's right in here. So it's inside of the handle. And looking at the pullback inside of the handle, actually really good price action inside of that despite that big gain. And it's got a really big cup on it too. So the cat lines on it, pullback from the IPO. TM3 cycle, 5 to 7 month cycle. TM6, that's a 17 to 23 month cycle. TM7, 27 to 33 month cycle. And then you get a big pop out of that, you know, basically a big cup and handle, cycle based cup and handle. And so we basically worked our way through the pullback in here, and you had a lower low on the first cycle. Pullback looks to be about a TM1. Let's look at that here. 1.5 months. Yeah, it's right in there, 27 to 33. So you had a cycle-based price squeeze right off the TM2 because the lows held above the TM1 lows. So price squeeze there, you had a gap up. So basically what we were doing is coming back and retesting that gap, and you can see held right here. We got wave 1, wave 2, and by the time you got to wave 3, it really wasn't much more downwards action. Just bottomed out basically at about $62 or so. So the PPP zones also offered some good support on that TM1 pullback, bottomed right below that $50 PPP, and then the TM2 basically was above the $50 with error, so basically about $6 higher. So already conquered it right here, just didn't stay long below that $50 area. So this one came back in with a retest with air in it. So that's a sign of strength. Now we're at the $75 PPP. Try to take it out here, need a little bit more rest. That's what we got in the meantime. So a couple months later, that's where we're at, basically looking for a breakout of the 75 PPP or a breakout and retest that holds, and then maybe start gunning those upper channel lines. So we'll break down some price targets when we get back. If you're unfamiliar with any of the trading terms I'm using, you can find our club lingo at bitcoinatradingclub.club/lingo. Okay, looking at some price targets based on the cycle lines, we have a TM3 off of the lows, TM3-U, and so we're basically going to be targeting that first channel line. So right now we're at about 69 bucks or so, and the north channel of that is about 110. So 30, 40, it's close to 50% plus to hit that line, which is a pretty good chance of doing that in the short term. And then you have the TM3X line. If you hit that, that would be close to, let's see here, close to 125% or so. And if you hit the TM3-2X line, that's north of 200. Pretty good chance of hitting that too, to be honest with you. It just overall, this pattern's really good. It may take a while to do it, but the gain, if it hit that, would be 200% plus. And so, you know, when we get a good PBC zone in these stocks, which is a post-breakout consolidation zone from breakout to a new high, a lot of times we'll chop around, form a pennant, triangle, etc. And a lot of times you can predict pretty closely just a breakout of the highs of that pullback as a target, 200% target. So let's say we get a breakout and we, let's say, top in that $90 area, come back, retest the 75. So could be that we have 200% out of that 90 area, which would be 2 times 90, 180 plus 90 is 270. So it's entirely possible we can do this, even though it's at 70 bucks right now. This is again coming out of the IPO cycles, very strong. Cup BMI, 2.6 Cup BMI, which if you base it just on the BMI inside the cup, if you base it just on the BMI inside the cup at 2.6, that would be potentially a 2 times 80. 160 plus 60% of that, 48, so 200 plus 80. Again, 280, which makes sense if you're going to get a 200% out of the PBC zone. So don't be surprised if this thing produces a pretty monstrous gain over the next 1 to 2 years plus, you know, up to possibly 250 plus on that, just based on cup BMI. But short-term targets, based on the channel lines, again, up to TM3 North around 120, 3X around 160, and TM3-2X $200 plus. So looking pretty good. This thing should get some follow through. Stock again is BROS, Dutch Brothers Inc. If you're interested in our trading style, want to join the club or get one-on-one coaching, head over to cycletradingtraining.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.